had heard it from him. After he passed away, I started the fortnightly magazine Back to Godhead sometime in 1944 and tried to spread the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through this magazine. After I took sannyas, a well-wishing friend suggested that I write books instead of magazines. Magazines, he said, might be thrown away, but books remain perpetually. Then I attempted to write Srimad Bhagavatam. Before that, when I was a householder, I had written on Srimad Bhagavad Gita and had completed about 1100 pages. But somehow or other the manuscript was stolen. In any case, when I had published Srimad Bhagavatam first canto in 3 volumes in India, I thought of going to the USA. By the mercy of His divine grace, I was able to come to New York on September 17, 1965. Since then I have translated many books, including Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhaktirasamrita Sindhu, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, a summary, and many others. Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 8 and Text 12. Chatur Yuganam Cha Sahasram Apsu Swapan Swaya Udhirataya Swashaktya kāla-khyāya Asadita Dharmatantraha Lokan Apitan Dadrushe Swadehe Chaturyuganam cha sahasramapsu Swapan swayo dhiritaya swashaktya kāla-khyāya siddha karmatantro Lokan apitan dadrushe swadehe Chaturyuganam cha sahasramapsu Swapan swayo dhiritaya swashaktya kāla-khyāya siddha yasadita karmatantro Lokan apitan dadrushe swadehe. Chatuhu, 4, Yuganam, of the millenniums, cha, also sahasram, 1000, apsu, in the water, swapan, dreaming in sleep, swaya, with his internal potency, udhirataya, for further development, swashaktya, by his own energy, kāla-khyaya, by the name Kala, asadita, being so engaged, karma tantraha, in the matter of fruitive activities, lokan, the total living entities, apitan, bluish, dadrushe, sight so, swadehe, in his own body. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation: the Lord lay down for 4000 yuga cycles in his internal potency, and by his external energy he appeared to be sleeping within the water. When the living entities were coming out for further development of their fruitive activities, actuated by the energy called kāla-śakti, he saw his transcendental body as bluish. Please repeat. The Lord lay down for 4000 yuga cycles in his internal potency, and by his external energy he appeared to be sleeping within the water. When the living entities were coming out for further development of their fruitive activities, actuated by the energy called kāla-śakti, he saw his transcendental body as bluish. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the Vishnu Purana, kāla-śakti is mentioned as Avidya. The symptom of the influence of the kāla-śakti is that one has to work in the material world for fruitive results. The fruitive workers are described in Bhagavad Gita as mudhas, or foolish. Such foolish living entities are very enthusiastic to work for some temporary benefit within perpetual bondage. One thinks himself very clever throughout his life if he is able to leave behind him a great asset of wealth for his children, and to achieve this temporary benefit he takes the risk of all sinful activities, without knowledge that such activities will keep him perpetually bound by the shackles of material bondage. Due to this polluted mentality and due to material sins, the aggregate combination of living entities appear to be bluish. Such an impetus of activity for fruitive result is made possible by the dictation of the external energy of the Lord Kala. Lessons the Bhaktivedanta Purport. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitanamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the description of how Lord Brahma manifested from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is being described here in this chapter, and how Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is closely involved in fulfilling the desires of the living entities to have an independent life. As soon as living entities desire that there is something beyond Krishna, they can derive pleasure without Krishna, and they do not want to depend on Krishna for their maintenance. Such living entities are surcharged with the feeling to lord it over this material nature, exploit as many resources as possible for his own enjoyment. And all such living entities were lying along with the Lord when there was a devastation in the universe. But in the meantime, in the course of time, kāla-kya, the energy of the Lord, by name Kala, again they got actuated. Their desires of once again attempt to enjoy in this world. These people are called fruitive workers, always running behind a fruit, something to gain, either money or name and fame, some position in the society. So they are always surcharged with those desires. So they were there, lying unconscious after the devastation. But in course of time again, they became activated. And so the Lord is now making arrangements for these living entities to experience such a life independent of Krishna, which is actually not possible. So here also we can see, unless Lord makes such arrangements, living entity can never experience such a life. Even to experience some kind of an independent life, or I am the enjoyer kind of a life, Lord has to make arrangements. But such arrangements cannot be permanent arrangements, because by constitution living entities are completely dependent on Krishna. Their happiness lies in depending on Krishna. So as soon as we don't depend on Krishna, comes anxiety. Just for getting our own food, our own monthly maintenance, people will live in anxiety, because they don't want to depend on Krishna. So here one important point is that the Lord is lying down in those waters on the Ananta. We will see more descriptions about him. But he is not alone. He is with his energies. Here you can see he is Swaya. Swaya means his internal energy. Lord always exists in his own internal energy. His arrangements are not dependent on the arrangements from the external energy. The whole universe has been devastated. Where are the arrangements of external energy? They are all gone. But still Lord is happily lying down, is peacefully enjoying himself. That's because he has his own separate arrangements which are not dependent on external energy. And that own arrangements, own Shakti is internal energy. God, Krishna, he doesn't depend on arrangements from this world. But then external energy is also there. Here we can see Udhirataya Swashaktya. That is also one of his energies only. Swashaktya. And what is the name? Kāla-kyaya Asadita. That Shakti he is known as Kala, material energy. Kala is also known as material energy. Material energy has time element within it. And then there is one more energy we can see here, and that is Swadehe, that is Karma Tantraha, the living entities who are geared up to again enjoy this world. They are also ready. So you can see the picture, there is Supreme Lord and energies are there. This is the complete picture. Supreme Lord is not alone. Some religions, they don't believe that there are goddesses. They don't believe that there is Lakshmi, there is Radha. They cannot, their tiny brains cannot understand that the Lord cannot be alone. He is always with his energies giving him pleasure. They are unable to understand. But the complete picture, the supreme picture, the supreme absolute truth, the complete truth is that the Lord is not alone, he is with his varied energies. Energies are also variegated. So that is the complete picture. Once I came out from the airport, I thought I'll go in a bus to the temple. So there is a check post. You have to cross the check post and go inside the bus station. So that check post was managed by somebody from a different religion. So he saw I am from ISKCON and all that. So he asked me this question: who are these goddesses that you worship? Who are they? Why goddesses are existing? So billions of people don't believe that God has energies. For us this point looks very simple, one-liner. Prabhupada's mercy, one line. But just to understand that God is not alone, he is served by Lakshmi, Sahasra, Sata, Sambrama. Very reverentially he is served by millions of Lakshmis. Each Lakshmi is one energy. The living entities are also energies. Each one of us, we are all unique energies connected to Krishna. And then all this energy, the center of all these energies is the Supreme Personality. I asked him, have you married? Yes, he said yes. So you want partners, but God cannot have partners. So God is less than human being in their understanding. How can the absolute truth be less than a human experience? Common sense it is. If the human being is able to experience a certain relationship, how can that be not there in God? God is the original source. So how can he will have a less than human experience? So that's why here you can see the picture is been given, it's a complete picture. So this picture is explained in, Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, Vishnu Purana, which says that Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta, the energy of the Supreme Lord Vishnu, Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta Kshetrajñākya Tatha Para Avidya Karma Samjnaya Tritiya Shakti Rishyate. It is talking about three Shaktis of Vishnu. This Lord's Shakti is internal potency, the spiritual. It's called Chit Shakti. Chit Shakti means spiritual potency. Within that there are divisions, Samvit, Sandhini, Ahladini. So that is one Shakti. And then Kshetrajñākya. Kshetrajña means the living entity. Living entity is described as Kshetrajña in the Bhagavad Gita. Kshetrajna means we are just aware of this body, and we enjoy or suffer by such awareness, by such consciousness of identifying with the body. That is Kshetrajna. Then comes Karma Samnyaya. Now this is called Avidya. The third potency is called Avidya. Avidya means Maya, the science. So Prabhupada is saying the prime symptom of Maya, kāla-śakti, is that one has to work very hard in this world to get the fruit. One will be actuated to work very, they work very hard for fruitive results. So from morning till night, they will be under the force of this energy to work very, very hard. Although, even if he gets the results, for himself he will only take little bit. How much he can? 3 times food. And that too, sometimes these fruitive workers are so absorbed in such activities because of their anxieties and tensions and pressures. Mostly they will have indigestion, and so they cannot even eat what they are earning. So at the cost of his health, at the cost of his own future, he simply goes on working with the intention that I have to have more money, more facilities, more. And Prabhupada is saying one will think himself very clever if he can leave behind him a great asset of wealth for his children. Go on earning. You go and ask him, why are you wanting so much money? They'll say, they'll publish this Forbes report, billionaires, big billionaires are there. For his own maintenance, the kind of whatever he wants to enjoy, maybe some lakhs. If the requirements are simple, few thousands, enough. Ultimately what he will eat is some 300-400 grams of food. So the but goes on working more and more. And if you go and ask them, no, it is, no, if not me, at least my family, my children, they will work, they will enjoy. And then to amass such wealth, he will take a lot of risk. They will take so much risk, committing all kinds of sinful activities. They cheat people, they exploit people, they exploit the laborers. They don't pay them properly. They simply squeeze out the energy from so many innocent people. And then they themselves commit a lot of sinful activity. They cheat. They don't take care of their partners. They don't pay taxes properly to the government. They cheat. All around they go on cheating. And then they earn a big amount of money. So in the process, he is not understanding what is the result that is waiting him. By putting so many, he is putting his own life in risk by committing so many sins. And thinking that is going to make his family happy, make his but as long as the families are filled with sin, no question of happiness. anybody who earns his livelihood like that by creating violence or by putting others into great trouble and distress, how such life can be happy? Not possible. But he doesn't understand all this. Simply he will work. Want. So, in Shastra, such a worker who is only driven by fruits is compared to a celebrated animal called ass. Ass is a beast of burden, carries huge loads. And then in the end the ass gets only the little grass given by the owner. But the grass is available everywhere. If the ass goes little bit that side, so much grass is there. But ass is thinking, unless I work like this, I will not get my food. Unless I work like this, that man, whoever is, I am getting food from him. So I have to work very hard. This is the ass thinking. At the end of hard work, he will eat, say, 3 chapatis. Ordinary laborer is also eating 3 chapatis. Somebody is working very, very hard. Ultimately, is getting only that much. And then and if such people you approach, chant Hare Krishna, Swamiji, I don't have time. I have to earn more money. What is that satisfaction? Then bank account, some numbers are changing, increasing. Every day he will look at his number, changing. That is his happiness. So, somebody who is grossly absorbed like that on the work and the fruit, how to divert their attention a little bit towards Krishna? This is Karma Yoga. People who are attached to karma, because there are fruits are there, and he cannot understand anything else in his life. That is why it is called karma. This a little bit of Karma Yoga is introduced. What is that Karma Yoga? Okay, you have worked very hard and you have earned money. Little money you give it to Krishna. Some little money you part with Krishna. Actually, whole money belongs to Krishna. But he has no such understanding. Whatever he is earning, every paisa belongs to Krishna. He doesn't understand. Krishna has faith. With faith, he has kept the money in the hands of this jiva. And so, he has to engage the entire money in Krishna's service. Little bit he can take for his own maintenance, but rest of the money, it has to be spent for Krishna. It is Krishna's money, Krishna has kept in his hand. And but he is, instead of giving to Krishna, not even 1 paisa he doesn't give. And then he tries to take everything for himself. Now how he can live peacefully? Thieves, can they live peacefully? No thief can live peacefully. He will be in great anxiety, always worrying who will come, what will happen, this and that. He will not give 1 paisa to Krishna, but he will have to give crores to income tax people. He will say, no, I am not interested in God. Okay, then you will be forced to be interested in some vigilance, ED, ID, OD, so many agencies are there to take away your money. Money will not be with you. Spend it for your future. You have to spend it for future. Develop Krishna consciousness. Develop attachment to Krishna. Yukta. Yukta means one has to get attached. Ayukta, whatever you do without getting connection to Krishna, simply reactions. Although these fruitive workers are working so hard and getting fruits and all that, they don't know for whom they have to work hard. They have no idea. That's why Bhagavad Gita says you have to work for the pleasure of Vishnu. See, you can see he is one who is creating. In the next few verses we will see how the Vishnu is so closely involved in creating the whole universe, the whole systems, everything. And then he injects all these living entities he puts them into various planets through Brahma. So, because the living entities are surcharged with avidya, ignorance. The color of ignorance is blue. In this world there are three modes are there. Satuguna is compared to yellow and tamoguna is bluish, and then passion is red. So like the three colors combination, you can make a lot of paints. An artist, he understands how to paint using the combinations of colors. Similarly, whatever varieties we are seeing in this world, colorful manifestations, they are nothing but combination of these three modes. They are like three colors. Multiply, multiply, multiply. So many varieties you can create. In terms of species, these three colors getting multiplied. 84 lakh species have come. They are all nothing but multiplication of, colorful manifestations of these three. So that's because the whole living entities are all surcharged with avidya, ready to work ignorantly. So that portion appeared bluish. So that's why Lord here it is said that he saw his transcendental body as bluish. Everything is his body only. We are also part of his body. So that portion appearing bluish. So now we will see how living entities who are within the body of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, how such living entities they will be placed into various planets within the universe. That we will see slowly in the verses as they unwind. So people should know that yes, there is a owner for this world. Already he has set up this world. He has created. He has created all the planetary systems. There is the owner. And living entities wanting to go to that place and enjoy. Okay, owner is permitting. Okay, go. So you have come inside a foreign land. Everybody comes here naked, goes naked. You came into a foreign place. It doesn't belong to you, it has already been created. Before you came, there is a system already. There is a world, there is a system running. You just came into something in between. And you claim that I am the owner, I am the controller, I am all these things. Even before you came, there is a system existing. Let us say somebody comes into the temple and says, this temple is mine, I am the controller here, then what will you do? You say, you are a madman. You will call policeman. That's why all the jivas who claim that I am the owner, I am the controller, I am the enjoyer, they are considered mad. Nothing belongs to you. Here you see, owner is already making plans, how to create, how to introduce these living entities. This basic understanding is so important, even for devotees. Otherwise we claim ownership on many things. We we try to exercise our control without the sanction of the higher authorities. So that's why we have to be very careful. This feeling that, I can control, I'm the owner, a very strong feeling. So we can see here Vishnu, who is the original owner, original controller, he is systematically planning using his energies. So by understanding this, one will come out of the controlling tendency. One decides, better depend on Krishna for my maintenance. Actually, in spiritual world, nobody works for maintenance. Not that you have to work hard and then you get food. No. That's not spiritual world. That is against our nature. That's why nobody likes working. As soon as Saturday comes, they all run away from the company and then they want to go somewhere. So nobody works in the spiritual world. There is no eating, there is no hunger. There is no, but still they enjoy. They enjoy food, they enjoy everything. It's not that you have to work hard, then your plate will be full. No. That's why devotees, they don't work hard. Those who are dependent on Krishna, they don't work hard for maintenance. We're not worried about our maintenance. We're not worried about how our programs will run. We're not worried. We work hard to satisfy Krishna. We work hard for Krishna's plan, not our plan, how to earn, how to maintain myself. This thinking is not. So this is very important. Devotees should not get into this thinking. They should depend on Krishna. Whatever maintenance he gives, whatever food comes on my plate today, it is by the decision of the Supreme Lord and I am satisfied. Krishna, you are so kind. Krishna bada doyamai. On my plate, there is prasadam today. Don't complain about prasadam. Don't comment on prasadam. But the Supreme Lord's wish, today my plate is having some wonderful prasadam. Prasadam is always transcendental. It doesn't depend on which kitchen it is prepared from. Ashram kitchen or Rajalakshmi kitchen or Akshay Patra kitchen. It doesn't depend on all those things. Once Krishna accepts, it's a transcendental, spiritual, blissful prasadam substance. This is the original substance. Prasadam is not different from Krishna. So one has to honor it with great care, great feeling, without putting our mundane criticism. Infusing Krishna consciousness with this Avidya, Maya. So we have to be careful about this Avidya, Maya. Approach prasadam with Vidya, with transcendental knowledge. Don't approach with Avidya. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, I need little clarification on this concept of internal potency. When we generally ask people that why do they get married, what is the purpose of marriage? So one of the reason is that we tend to have a companion in our life to take care or something.
Yeah.
So is it that just Lord is enjoying by expanding that internal potency of Krishna takes a form of Radha and Lord is enjoying? Is this tendency for living in it is coming from Lord that they also want to enjoy with one more partner? So is this tendency reflecting?
Yeah.
If it is so, generally we see in other relations, Prabhu, that if any two friends are there, they may be male, but one friend says that he is my world, he is my enjoyment. So they have that kind of relation, they are enjoying. But at certain point of age, when it comes to, let's say, teenage, 25, 30, so they tend to have relation with a female and they get married and then say, this is, I feel like having a companion. So that is the purpose of marriage. So, but before that, they were happy with so-called friend or relation with sister or mother, whatever. Their world is different.
Yeah.
But coming to certain age, they feel like, and after that particular period, 2-3 years, they post that now she is my world, she is my life, and rest of the life they'll be posting this. So is this tendency coming from Lord, or this is of this mundane world too?
This is, this is the concept of male and female. It is there in the absolute truth. As we discussed here, Vishnu Purana clearly says that Vishnu Shakti, 3 types of Shaktis are there, and they're all energies. So the Lord, enjoying his own energy in the form of Lakshmi or Radha, that is, Radha and Krishna put together is absolute truth. So that tendency is there, and a male getting attracted to a female, female getting attracted to the male, that tendency is there originally. That feeling between man and woman is coming from the original feeling between Krishna and Radha. That original feeling is called Adhirasa. But here our problem is we are in a very embarrassing situation. What is that? We are actually females, but we are wearing male dress. Actually, living entity is a female energy. It is not energetic. You are a female and you are thinking, I need a companion, and that companion is also one more female. And so, this companionship in this world is illusory. You are female, the other one is also female, so where is the companion? You may have some different dress, but both are female. So sometimes now we see nowadays females are wearing pant and shirt. It doesn't mean they'll become man. Very man. So similarly, the Atma, Kshatrajna Shakti, is by nature energy. It is desiring completeness. I am lacking something. It wants completeness. That comes by getting attached to the original male. You are complete only in association with Krishna. This is the tattva. We are complete. Whatever we are desiring, we are lacking. Okay, I am lacking something. Generally, male, what he feels is, I am lacking something, but she has something else. So he feels that that will make me complete. But the problem is, she is also lacking something. So that's why they don't get that complete satisfaction in their relationships. Our relation with Krishna is the complete companion. It is complete solution. A part and parcel always craves to reach the whole. So that is our situation. Everybody is searching for Krishna. If you read the foreword of a Krishna book, that famous singer, Beatles, he writes the foreword, he says, everybody is searching for Krishna, but they do not know. So to make ourselves complete, we feel wanting to feel complete satisfaction, this thing, we are searching for Krishna actually. Maya presents somebody else and say, yes, this will satisfy you. This is going to be our life's perfection. She presents an illusory partner. And that's all we'll be running behind. Yes, this is going to make my life successful. Without this, I am not there. All that he will say, after 1 month, divorce petition. Why, if it is a real solution, then why all this? Actually, both of them are seeking Krishna. So, that connection with Krishna is the yoga. That association with Krishna is the yoga that is given to us by Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. So tendencies are there. The original, whatever is there in Krishna, we also have some certain tendencies, but it is been manipulated by Maya, and it will say, you are looking for Krishna. No. This is what you can. You will be satisfied with this. She presents illusory objects, replacing Krishna, and those objects can never give any pleasure. So that's why both husband and wife, both should worship Krishna. Both should develop attraction towards Krishna. Then their families will be stable. Krishna should be in the center. Otherwise, husband and wife, they will fight with each other, trying to prove who is superior. Husband will say, you all have to serve me. And wife will say, no, you have to serve me. Why I have to serve you? I am also earning money. You have to serve me. And both will fight. But Krishna consciousness means both should serve Krishna. I am great, you are great. No, Krishna is great. You serve Krishna. Then they become attached to that Supreme Lord. Then these petty clashes, differences and fightings and quarrels won't be there. If somebody is satisfied, he becomes satisfied, then he will not get into all these small petty things. So the secret is how we can revive our loving relation with Krishna. Any relation, it could be, we are all servants of Krishna. That service, if you do service and the relationship is revived, you feel complete. You feel satisfied. No other thing can satisfy. So families can be saved if both of them are taught Krishna consciousness.
So that is coming from Lord, bro.
The
tendency of having a companionship is coming from Lord.
Yes, Lord has.
But that is, we are taking in the wrong direction.
We also need companion, and that companion is Supreme Companion.
So by chanting, bro, while we chant Hare Krishna mantra, and then we revive our relation with Lord.
Yeah.
So we generally, Shastra say, and then Acharyas also say that feeling of having a companionship will be fulfilled.
Yeah.
That we have a Lord.
Yeah.
So, but when a devotee chants very sincerely and he is reviving that,
yeah,
and he is not developing any relation with the devotees here in this world.
Yeah.
God brothers. So sometimes he is called as Kanishta Adhikari because he is not considering any other devotees, and then he is straight away thinking only me and Lord.
Correct.
So is it that he is enjoying that companionship, or when he is not considering other devotees as friends or not having any companions, so he is directly, how is this Prabhu? So he is not mingling with anybody, he is straight away having that fulfillment, or is it his false, is it he is not actually enjoying? So, but how is this, Prabhu?
He is trying to develop his attachment to Krishna, which is very good. But as I said, Krishna is not alone. Krishna is always with his energies and associates and devotees. So if somebody is truly developing attachment to Krishna, then he develops attachment for all these things also. He knows the value, he knows the position of associates of the Supreme Lord. They are so exalted. So he gets attached to them also. So attachment to Krishna expands. Initially his entire focus is on that form of the Lord, which is very good. But then that attachment slowly expands. And then he starts seeing, oh, there are so many loving devotees for my Lord. So he tries to understand who are these acharyas, who are these Goswamis, all these feelings will come. So as our attachment to Krishna expands, we get attached to all his associates, devotees. It is natural. Let us say a girl gets married, goes along with the husband to the house. Not only with the husband, she has to deal with husband's parents, husband's this thing, that thing. She has to recognize that yes, they're all there, and even they have to be taken care. Nowadays what happens is, a young girl who gets married, she doesn't want anybody else. The first thing that they do is they kick out the old parents who are there. And they say, no, only we. And then after that, only we, then within them there is a fight. Who is best or who is greatest? And again, even that family collapses. So people have to mature that these relationships are very important to understand this relational science. Yes, Krishna, we have an intimate relation with Krishna, but Krishna is not alone. Krishna likes Radharani more than himself. So better we approach Radharani. Like that, anybody who comes to Krishna consciousness, he understands the relational dynamics. I can reach Krishna faster only through Radharani, only through his devotee. So he knows through Prabhupada, through mother, I can reach fast. I can satisfy the Lord. See, he understands the relationships. Otherwise, people have no idea about this relationship. How to manage such nice relations, no idea. In my childhood, I used to see such relationships. Now it is, people have forgotten that science. For them, man, woman means very grass. That's all. Relationship doesn't strike. That's the issue. Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణవాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 913310